this week on Archer's Choice.
Welcome to this week's Archer's Choice.
Okay.
Yes, we are elk hunting. We're elk hunting in New Mexico with Brian Newell.
That's right, Top Notch Outfitters.
Top Notch Outfitters.
Yep, and this week's lucky logo is Beeman.
Beeman, baby, the #1 in all carbon arrows. Beeman.
Wow, so if you happen to see the logo, we'll tell you at the end of the show what to do with
Arrows. Gonna get arrows. Beemans.
Ooh, arrows.
Yes.
Cool. Hey, this week, New Mexico elk.
Yes.
Russ and Bucky.
Yep.
Heading out there.
Russ did a heck of a road trip.
He did.
He drove
from Manitoba to New Mexico.
From Manitoba
That's a little
to
crazy.
New Mexico.
It is crazy. And the guys, they get out there a little early and they have a day to scout. And
which is great. When you have that advantage, you need to take it. And the guys did, and well, we'll see what happens.
There you go.
Well, 6:45 started my trip down to Capitan, New Mexico, Cloudcroft, hunt with Brian Newell at Top Notch Outfitters for some New Mexico elk. Heading down to Missouri for tonight, pick up Bucky. And then early tomorrow morning, we'll hammer down to New Mexico. We're about 10 minutes away from the end of a 14.5-hour drive. And that's long enough for anyone to be in a small confined space with Bucky. Odoriferously and vociferously. Between the singing and the farting, I'm pretty well done. I can hardly wait to get to camp and actually start elk hunting because I know there'll be a better scent control regimen when we get out in the woods than there was in the cab of my truck today. Bucky will be paying for the cleaning and detailing of the interior of the truck. I'm looking forward to getting that new truck smell back, if they can do anything with it.
We show up at Brian's camp at 8:30 in the evening. We're unpacking stuff. We're excited as can be. We have one day to do some scouting. We have one day to acclimate ourselves to the elevation and so on and so forth. We hadn't left the cabin for more than 5 or 10 minutes, and here we're looking at a 300 to 310 inch bull who's bugling his head off. And he's just sitting there like he's stud and just bugling. It was beautiful. We knew that we were in heaven.
That's a fantastic bull. We rolled into town last night about 8:30, I believe it was, and the rain just moved in, and it rained all night long. We're out this morning driving these back roads, looking for bulls. Season starts tomorrow. That's a good bull that we believe is going to go over 300 inches, which is a real good representation for this area. We're in New Mexico with Top Notch Outfitters, and this is a good start.
We got drawn for the first season, which at first was a disappointment for me because I really wanted to hunt the peak of the rut. Talking to Brian, he wasn't concerned at all. He knew the bulls wouldn't be hooked up with cows, there'd still be some calling, and it would be a great opportunity to spot and stalk. We came walking up this trail and heard a bugle off to our right, so we made a quick plan and fired up the trail and cut into the woods where we thought we'd intercept him. Everything worked absolutely perfect. Me and Bucky actually got set up, and with Brian calling in the background, and Bucky had a calf run probably within 6 to 8 feet of him.
close one. She was less than that. 10 feet from him. And as soon as she went by, I went.
I knew one of them was close. I figured it was a cow.
But what do we at the end of the day?
Welcome back to the Archer's Choice.
Well, Russ is still up to bat.
He's still up to bat.
Manitoba Maniac, and well, guess what? There's a bull working, a good
Right,
bull.
New Mexico, top-notch outfitters. Let's see what happens.
We saw this bull with a couple of cows, and we thought he'd kind of gone to bed, but he just kept giving us an idea where he was.
This is too much fun.
We worked in pretty close, ended up bumping his cows, and almost got a shot opportunity.
2 cows. That's a pretty good morning's work, Brian. Thank you very much. We came up here, and on our way up we were going to see if the bull from yesterday was still here, and he was. And then we had another 5x6 below us that we thought would be easier to get to. That didn't work out. He kind of got downwind of us. We stopped working him because then we saw this one, and he started coming towards us. But as you just saw, it ended with a cow probably busting us moving, and she took him and everything over the hill. So I guess we're done working this bull for today. Thanks a lot, Brian. It was a great morning.
We didn't get in on him, but we decided to give him a couple of days rest. So 2 days after that, we went back in to work that bull, see if he was still in the same area. Just as we were about to call it quits, we let out a couple of calls, and this bull screamed from within 200 yards. And as we were walking in, Brian was in the lead, and he was looking through the trees and telling us that, you know, he had to be close and he could smell him. And sure enough, Brian just dropped like a rock. So we followed suit. He looked back and he said, he's right there, he's in his bed. I just saw him stand up. So, which is cool. We had the bull actually bugling right from his bed and led us right into his bedroom. Brian was able to sneak out without being noticed and start calling further back. Brian did everything he could to try and get him to move and turn, and he wouldn't move and he wouldn't move. The bull turned his head a bit and looked like he was going to walk, and the one time I thought he was committed to moving. So I came to full draw, and I held and I held and I held and I held.
Thanks a lot, man. He just wouldn't step out. He said 35 yards. And he was behind a piece of brush for me and for Bucky, and he would not move. All he would do is turn his head. And held as long as I could, but he just needed to take 2 sips. How far was it? 35, we figure. It was totally doable. All he needed was to take a step uphill. I did it. You were doing everything you could? No. I couldn't believe he just wouldn't move. He was locked up like he was tight. He looked plenty big when he was that close. Yeah, I think he was big enough. Yeah, he was, yeah. That was awesome. Thanks a lot, Brian.
Oh, don't you just love it? It just drives me nuts. The crazy thing is when we're bugling a lot of bulls, they come in and they come facing on and they stop there and you get tempted. That is a very low percentage shot. We've always favored wait till they turn broadside or start to quarter away a little bit. If they start to quarter away, always, always, always aim for that opposite leg. That's why they start putting marks up here. The thing is that animal quarters away, you take him, your entrance might be further back here. However, if you always aim for that opposite leg, you are in the bread basket every single time. Take your time, practice as much as you can prior to your elk hunt, and you know what? You're filling the freezer and filling the wall. That is your bow hunting world tip of the week.
Ooh.
That's it. When those bulls, they hold up, they do that, it's like, and I don't care how hot they are, just sometimes you can't.
I mean, he just stood there and drooled, and oh, Russ is just, maybe better luck next time, Russ.
Sounds like your relatives at the buffet.
Holding up?
No,
oh.
Standing there drooling.
Oh my gosh, don't go anywhere when we come back. Bucky's up to bat, maybe Bucky can get a bowl, or maybe get a chance at a bowl, or maybe...
Bucky bowl?
Bucky bowl, don't go anywhere.
What, can you say that really fast? Ow. Welcome back. Well, now we're going to see if the luck can change for Bucky.
That's right. Lucky Bucky bowl. Do you think? Maybe? We'll see what happens.
See what I deal with.
We're back on the mound that we were at about 9 or 10 o'clock this morning. We just got here and we already heard an elk bugle. I don't know, it's quite a ways up there, probably half mile or so at least. But we looked at the topo maps, we realized how to get in here, looked at aerial photos. I think we'll be able to get back up in here at the top of this ridge, and things will kind of start to open up for us. We can glass these bottoms and hopefully find that big bull we seen this morning.
We head up the mountain and we take it slow. It's hot and we don't want to work up a sweat, so we just take it easy. We're switchbacking back and forth up through there, and every time we stop, we're glassing for elk.
Well, he just bugled again. We're not sure, but we're thinking that he's up on his feet, moving. So we're gonna drop down the bottom here, and I don't know, move another 400 yards or so. The wind direction's perfect. This is what makes working all day long worth it, even if you don't get one. Just these moments that are happening right now. Oh, up there. Yeah, I see him. Yeah,
The bull comes to probably within 200 yards of us, and he goes behind some oak brush and just disappears. So suddenly, this bull screams off a bugle, and we know good and well this bull is within 60 yards. Russ pulls the camera around over my shoulder. We're just waiting. We come into a standoff at probably 30, 35 yards. The bull he's got us pinned, and he won't take his eyes off of us. we were kind of sort of questioning this shot. It did look back, but I knew the bull was quartering away and he was quartering away hard. And I knew with that NAP broadhead was going to go up and take out that right lung. But when he appeared, he took 30 steps and boom, he dropped.
He just put his head down. Unbelievable. I don't know, 320, 340 bull. He's big. He just laid his head down. What a blessing. Thank you, Lord. What a blessing. I cried on my moose. I cried on my elk. I'm so glad you're here, dude. Oh my word. I don't deserve these things. I don't deserve them.
Get them. You might have lied. You might have been better.
Oh my God. Oh. Thank you, Jesus. And thank you, both of you.
That's awesome.
It's incredible.
That's cool to see him come off.
He doesn't get any better than that, does it?
The whole way with Tony right next to you.
When this was all happening, I was telling Russ, this is unbelievable. I never experienced anything like this. I mean, to have this bull here, and the bull that was on the other side of us, I think was even bigger. I think he had more mass than this guy. And this is a
I
giant.
never saw that. This is an incredible bull, I can tell you that.
Oh my God, thank you.
And,
Between you.
That definitely adds. Points there, you know.
Yeah. Look at this whale tail. Beautiful. Well, between you, Ralph and Vicki, all the guys in the office, and Russ helping out, another dream came true.
Congratulations.
That away,
That's
guys.
awesome.
I mean, that's making it happen. And they worked that bull a long ways, and for him to do it, that's when things are just perfect.
That's right. Everything just worked out. Brian, thank you so much for having the guys out there,
Brian,
top-notch
rock,
outfitters, New Mexico elk hunting. They're having an awesome time out there.
Oh, that's what it's all about.
Yep. This week's lucky logo was Beeman.
Beeman, baby.
If you happen to see the Beeman logo, you need to log on to archerschoice.com, click on the lucky logo button, fill out some information, and someone's going to win some great stuff from all kinds of manufacturers and some great Beeman arrows.
Yes.
Woo, next week.
Next week, Double B.
Oh, geez, Ralph, we're going up to North Dakota.
North Dakota, to
Oh,
Branch.
geez, you betcha.
You betcha, by
Ducks
then.
and bucks.
Yep, lots of bucks, lots of ducks, and lots of laughing. Oh
No
my gosh.
doubt. David and John, we'll see you next week up there. Thank you for watching this week's Archer's Choice, though. We'll see you next week.
Same time.
Same channel. Right here
on the Archer's Choice.